All right, hello and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that, I have known for a long time, but recently just resonated with me a lot. And so, to give a little bit of a backstory on how I started thinking about this, I recently spoke at DigiMarcon Minneapolis, and during the event, they played a video. And to be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention to the video. I was kind of like half working, half listening. But I did pick up one part from that video that really resonated with me a lot. And the name of the speaker, I just cannot remember right now, which is unfortunate. Basically, what they were talking about is they were a TikToker. They made videos on TikTok, and now they provide services and stuff for other people that want to grow on TikTok and all that. But basically, the main point that I took away from it is that you can do anything you want. Like you can make all these videos and do all this stuff, and try to look, like an influencer or whatever on social media. But when that moment comes where your video goes viral and you're getting millions of views, like tons of people interacting with you, and a ton of traffic to your page, if you're not prepared for that, then all that is really useless. Because at the end of the day, you can have millions. There are people who have millions of followers and make zero money simply because they don't know how to structure things correctly. They don't have, the services and the things that they do um, properly and like strictly defined. And so, for example, I have a friend who's a photographer, and so he takes pictures and videos for anything from sports to weddings to whatever it may be. And he's also really good at editing and all this stuff. And so, he can make all the posts and things he wants on social media about, oh, like here's this really cool picture I took, or like, this is, the color grading, whatever. And so he's building all this like viral potential with these videos and stuff. But then if he doesn't have like a properly structured website or some way that people can contact him and, pay him to do this for them, then he's losing out on sales. He's losing out on potential income. And that's what a lot of people do. I struggle with it myself, for example. So right now I'm kind of focusing on, just learning and building up knowledge and doing things with Dennis and the Blitzmetrics team. Like that's kind of what I'm doing. It's just working. But I also am making all this content on social media. Like you'll probably see on this channel, I'm posting almost daily. On my main channel, I'm posting 2 to 3, sometimes 4 times a week, long form content, posting hundreds of pieces of short form content every year. Posted 50 podcasts in my first year running my podcast. And so creating all this content, and yet I don't really make much money from that content. It's just kind of like, building up my content portfolio, building up, all these things that can be repurposed. But at the end of the day, I don't have something where I'm like, and I will edit videos for you, or I will, do your digital marketing and help your Instagram blow up, and I will do this and I will do that. Like I don't have those things properly structured. And so when I go viral, sure, I get a huge influx of followers and likes and comments, shares, whatever, but that stuff is ultimately useless unless you have the things that you do and that you want to do to make money. Because, social media is great, it's fun, but at the end of the day, if you want it to be your job, you have to be making money. Because if you don't make money, it can't be considered a job. And so, yeah, that was just my big takeaway is that you want to be prepared for that moment when that thing does happen, because everyone's making content, in today's day and age. Everyone is producing videos, everyone's posting this and that, but it's the people who are doing that and have what they're, doing as a source of income properly structured and out there that are actually making money from what they're doing. And so I highly encourage you guys to think about, what are you doing with your content? And if you were to go viral right now, would you be perfectly fine and you'd start seeing, just immediately all the money coming into your bank account? Or would you be kind of scrambling and like trying to figure out something last minute to profit off of it? Or, once that moment passes and the dopamine from seeing all the notifications goes away, would you regret not having gained something more than that? I highly encourage you guys to think about that and think about how you can structure your own assets and your own content in a way that, points back to you and helps you provide actual value and actual services to people. So yeah, I really hope that you guys took something away from this. This was a big takeaway I had from DigiMarcon Minneapolis. More content from that week will be coming out soon. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Try to post all my, good takeaways and stuff on here. Bunch of content and all that. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.